Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. And today I will be doing a recap of Wags to Riches, Season 1, Episode 4. He's outside, see? Now, let's get into it. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, and guys, if you can hear me before I get started, can you please put a 1 in the chat? If you can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat. And while we're waiting on that, hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Cece, thank you so much for being here. Uh, huh. And also, let me see here. And I am going to go ahead and get started because I am on my lunch break and time is of the essence. So, in scene one, Sherelle was she went to this boutique which is called Fancy's Boutique to pick out some clothes for an upcoming event. So she was trying on clothes and Portia arrived to join her. So Sherelle was sharing with Portia that her and Chad had a petty disagreement. So she was just kind of asking her opinion since she is married, just to get some feedback from her. And guys, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of you have already watched the show, but I am only going to watch one episode at a time. I'm not going to go ahead just so I don't make the mistake like Dr. Heavenly made and start telling things before I actually get there. So I want everything to play out just like how it's supposed to play out. So as of right now, it seems that Sherelle is very hesitant about marrying Chad. So we'll see if that changes in the future. But right now, that's the impression that I'm getting. So Alexis invited MJ over to her beautiful home, and the vibe was absolutely amazing. My type of vibe. So MJ talked about, motherhood and, she was smiling, talking about her two kids and how her oldest child thinks that she's the parent of her baby, her son. And, she had a smile on her face, but then that smile quickly went away. And um, Alexis asked her what was wrong. And she revealed that, she was just unhappy. She dreamed of having a family where the mother and father would both be in the home and she would have help at night with the kids whenever she has to wake up to take care of the kids. She just imagined that it would be, the entire family at the home. But of course, she knew what she signed up for dating an artist, a rapper. So she guessed that's what, comes along with being married to a rapper. And, Alexis told her not necessarily because every man is different. And I'm glad that MJ is in this circle of ladies because they are her village and there's, people that she can lean on whenever she's going through things. So I'm glad that she does have a village in these ladies. So she also revealed that she got into an altercation with another female after she caught her being hugged all up on Kodak. So even though we thought that she learned her lesson the last time that she went to jail, And I believe that this is a new altercation because she didn't mention anything about it being a baby mama. So we all know that the last altercation that she was in was with one of his baby mamas. So I'm assuming that she got into another altercation because of Kodak Black. That's what it looks like. So at this point, she really needs to walk away. I mean, love does not hurt like this. And she's putting herself through all of this unnecessary drama and trauma. So Alexis told her what her trifling ass mama should have told her, which is no one should settle for being cheated on and no one deserves that. So they had a conversation about postpartum, which I'm glad more and more people are talking about postpartum and opening up about it because there seems to be this misconception that if you experience postpartum, you are not a good mom and you regret having your kids. And that's not always the case. I mean, everybody gets overwhelmed sometimes, and a lot of, you know, having postpartum is just being overwhelmed in a situation. But it's definitely hard taking care of a baby by yourself, whether you have a man or not, if he is not there physically to help you. And if he's not a part of the whole process of raising a kid. So, this is exactly what reality TV should look like, real life shit. So, that's exactly what played out in that episode. And we love to see it. Like, everything doesn't have to be about drama, it's about having scenes that people can relate to that they're experiencing in their own life. Okay. So in MJ's defense, it does sound like she's ready to move on. Even if it doesn't happen right now, it seems like she's headed in that direction. She will eventually get tired of being sick and tired, and hopefully she will move on. And hopefully sooner rather than later before she has destroyed the life of her and her kids. So Sherelle arranges a meetup with Sade to mend things after their blow up at the brunch. So Sade was almost 1.5 hours late. And even though Sade is one of my faves, that was rude as hell. They had and I have to say that I have to call Sade out on that. Showing up an hour and a half late, that's a lot. Okay. That is definitely a lot and very rude. So they had a mature conversation about what took place and on and each one of them gave their side of things and they agreed to come together and if you know they ever had an issue with each other, they would come to each other to talk about it. So for now, they are good. And Sherelle also agreed to work on not being a mean girl. Okay. So we're happy to hear that. So in the next scene, Portia meets up with Keita and they discuss how far along they are in their pregnancies. And they also um, talked about um, hospital births versus home births. So Portia was able to shed some light to Keita on home births because obviously that's something that she's interested in. But she didn't know that there's a lot that goes along with home birth that her midwife was not telling her. So it's definitely something that she's going to have to think about, if that's something she really wants to do. So Portia brought up the brunch because Keita was supposed to come, but she didn't make it. So she was letting Keita know that, the brunch was all about her and that the blow up was between Sade and Sherelle talking about the situation that Keita and Sade had at the game when she wasn't able to film in the suite. And so in the next scene, Ashley and her boyfriend Philip are in their backyard, and Philip is looking at the extra girly glamping setup that Ashley has prepared and put together for her girlfriends with the chef there doing his thing. And it was absolutely an amazing setup. And I kind of wonder if this is where the ladies on Married to Medicine got the idea of going glamping. So he asked, was any of the guys going to be there? And she basically told him that most of the, guys are traveling. So it's just going to be the girls. So the ladies start to arrive. Keita arrives first, then Sade, Alexis, Sherelle, and Portia. So they're sitting in this beautiful glamping tent, and Sade made it known, not to the ladies, just in her confessionals, that she does not trust this group of ladies, especially after the way they did Stony and Jules. And it's mainly Sherelle, but these ladies are getting thrown in because they refuse to hold Sherelle feet to the fire, like campfire. So that's why they're all going to get thrown into the mix. Even though Sade and Sherelle just made up, she goes right back into being messy, insisting that Sade looks pregnant and insisting that she take a pregnancy test after some of the ladies insinuated that, Sade was pregnant, telling Ashley to go and get a pregnancy test. And I thought that was a little much, being that her and Sade just mended, their friendship, and they agreed that they were going to come to each other, if ever they had an issue. But I thought that was a little bit too much, you know, and maybe she should have just, you know, came at Sade a little light at this event just so that they could maintain their friendship. So MJ finally shows up, and MJ, she kind of give me little sis vibes, like all of these ladies have taken her up under their wings. So, again, it's like her village, and I love that for her. The entire setup for the backyard glamping was super cute. Even the little setup they had with the ground table. They were sitting very low to the ground, but that's all a part of camping. So they made it look super cute and super classy. And it kind of made me think about glamping again, which is something I want to do sometime in the future. It's definitely on my list of things to do. Mama Bees, I tried to make you a mod and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I will try again in a little bit. Um, so Stony shows up looking, like she was ready to go to the rodeo. I definitely did not like Stony's outfit. And if she's never been glamping before, I can understand, how she really wouldn't know what to wear. But honestly, I mean, I would just wear whatever I would wear to go camping. Okay, no problem. Hey to Sarah. Sarah, thank you so much for being here. I'm just, um, so yes, I did not like Stoney's outfit and oof, but I mean, I get it. She didn't know what to expect. But all of the other ladies, I think they did a good job, you know, with their glamping outfits. So Alexis had to leave because she had a previous engagement, so she wasn't able to stay. So Stony started a baby mama conversation that's not really worth repeating. It was a little, I'm not going to say it's inappropriate because it's kind of really appropriate with this group because Kita's um, husband has a lot of kids, at least 10 kids. Chad has about 9 to 10 kids. So a lot of these ladies do have to deal with a lot of baby mamas, but the way that Stony brought it to the table was kind of weird. And then she was calling them sister wives. And I think she was kind of throwing shade, you know. Um, but I mean, that shade would also have to be thrown at her because she's a baby mama as well. And then when she said that she was the first baby mom and made it seem like, she was better than the other moms. And Ashley did call her out on that because I think that that was a little inappropriate, but you know, that's just my opinion. And DeSara says, coming over to show some love, says, I need to catch up on WAGs. DeSara, what episode are you on? Because I'm only on episode 4 and I'm not going ahead. I'm going to do one episode at a time just so I don't get ahead of myself. And Mama B said, I mod for Shar and Sandra P. I had to comment after the live for them to make me a mod. Oh, you had to comment after the live. Okay, got it. So go ahead and do that, and then I'll be able to make you a mod. And Mama B's, I'm on episode 4, and I know you've seen all the episodes. So when I'm speaking, you might be ahead of me, but that's okay. But I don't want to go ahead because it's not going to really make sense if I go ahead and then I try to review it. So, anyway, back to my recap. I'm starting to like Portia a little more. Um, there were some things she did initially, and it seems like she was kind of kissing up to Sherelle. But the more I get to know Portia, I'm starting to like her, a little more because it seems like she keeps, for the most part, she keeps it real, unlike some of these other ladies. So Ashley stepped up to play Sherelle's role, and she made a statement that Sade and Keita was getting along so well. And Sade clapped back with a spicy reply that made Ashley feel some type of way. Because basically, when Ashley said that, she was just like, I never had an issue with her. Like, it's not even Sade and Keita that has the problem. It's everybody else all up in their business making, a problem where there is no problem. So nevertheless, Keita ended up asking Sade why she chose not to let them film or shoot. So she explained once again, and she also told Keita, I offered to let you see the messages. And she did say for the second time that it was a group of 22 people who voted on it. So it was not just a decision that Sade made about Keita not being able to shoot. It was a group of 22 people. So Ashley jumps into the conversation once again, like she wants a redo of the brunch at her glamping event. And, you know, she jumped in once again. And Sherelle wasn't around for this conversation. And I think that was purposely done so that, you know, um, Ashley could step in to take on Sherelle's mean girl persona. And DeSara says that she only watched the first episode. Oh, okay. And Mama B says, I won't go ahead and spoil it for everyone. And Mama B says, I don't like her at all. Who is it that you don't like, Mama B's? Is it Ashley or Portia? So Sherelle and Chad, the next scene is at their home, and they have invited a pastor over to do premarital counseling, and they also have their chef there to cook dinner. So I think it's always a good idea to meet with your pastor before you actually walk down the aisle, just so that he can bring everything together and, let you know what your role is going to be in your marriage. Portia, oh, you don't like Portia? I didn't like her at first, but it seems like she's neutral and she kind of keeps it real. Now, guys, is it just me? But I thought Sherelle's outfit choice was very inappropriate for her to wear when she knew that she would be sitting down with a pastor, and it was very distracting. If you can remember Mama B's, the outfit that she had on, it kind of had like little diamond cutouts in the booby area, and then almost a little cutout where the nipple would be. I thought that was very inappropriate. I mean, it's just me. I know she's in her home, so she didn't have to be all dressed up, but that was just a little, you know, inappropriate for me. Like, I can't imagine having a meeting with my pastor, and I've actually had meetings with my pastor, and I can't imagine wearing that for a meeting with a pastor. Other than that, I love the honesty and vulnerability in this scene. Definitely gave me a better understanding about the relationship between Chad and Sherelle and why they support each other, because she always makes a point of saying that Chad is very supportive. And Mama Bees agrees that it was very inappropriate. And I'm surprised that you remembered it. So Jules stopped by Stoney's boutique, her cute little boutique, and Stoney told Jules that she appreciates her not being judgmental like a lot of the other ladies. And they shared a very long and genuine hug. And I thought that was really sweet. Because at the end of the day, when you have somebody that's willing to call people out on their BS and not kiss up to people, you need those kind of people around, because there's certain people that will just go with the narrative, just not to make any waves or just to be included in a group or a clique. They would just go along with everything and not call people out on their BS. So basically, she was thanking Jules for not doing that. And she was thanking Jules for doing her own research, about the situation that happened between her and 50 Cent and not prejudging her. But then the atmosphere changed when Stoney said that she ain't the only one with a reputation. She starts going in about how Chad said that he took Sherelle to Okeechobee on their first date. So apparently, Okeechobee is a strip of motels by the airport. So I guess they met up somewhere. Either he came in town or she came in town, whatever the case may be. And they left the airport and went straight to a strip of motels right by the airport. But Sony said that, she is not going to go back and forth with Sherelle. She is just going to let life pay Sherelle back with her marriage. Okay. And she also revealed that Chad slid into her DMs years ago, but he's not her cup of tea, so she left him on red. So when she revealed that, you know, Chad is the one that put it out there, that didn't come from her, that, he went to the hotel with Sherelle the very first night. So while she was telling Jules, what Chad said about Sherelle, Jules was typing. Jules was looking up the information to confirm whether or not it's true, because, she just wanted to have receipts, just like what she did for Stony. She wanted to confirm that the information was actually true. So before she could even look it up and find it, Stony showed her the receipts of where there was a headline that Chad said out of his own mouth that, he took Sherelle to a motel the very first night he met her. So Stoney then went on to say that Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson is still outside. And Jules was just like, she didn't believe her. So she had to continue. She was just like, did you see it with your own eyes? And Stoney said, no, but I know it to be true. Mama V says, I didn't think she would have told Jules that since she was trying to be friends with the other ladies. Honestly, what Stoney said was, yes, Sherelle did invite her to the glamping event. She says, but she didn't feel like it was genuine. You know what I'm saying? So she's still really side-eyeing Sherelle, and she does not trust Sherelle. Just like Sade, even though Sade met up with Sherelle, even after the glamping, she said that she still don't trust these ladies. So basically, you know, these ladies don't really see it for Sherelle. You know, they probably like some of the other ladies in the group, okay? So they're just going along to get along, but they really don't see it for Sherelle. So even though Sherelle invited her to that event, she still don't see it for Sherelle. And like I said, the last time I did a review, I feel like that Sherelle only made up with um she made up with Sade and Stony is because I think that she's really planning on going very hard against Jules. So honestly, Sherelle just can't be trusted. And I don't even, at this point, I don't even think it's because she wants this show to be successful. To me, this is how Sherelle really is in real life because it's just too much. But I'm only on episode 4. There's still 4 more. I think there's 4 more episodes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mama Bees. But yeah, this just seems to be who Sherelle really is in person. And again, I have a new respect for Jules because what Sherelle did to her, it was like really gutter and at the bottom of the barrel. Hey, Tea Talk with your girl. Thank you so much for being here. And she says, I like this show. Glad to see someone else reviewing it. Absolutely. And Tea Talk, I didn't see the one they did in Tampa. So I am very unfamiliar with a lot of these ladies. So I'm just getting to know them. So it's a little rough, because I'm just getting to know all of these ladies. But I really do like the show. And I feel like I know them a little bit better and Mama B's, she says yes. So yeah, Sherelle has just showed herself to be a snake time and time again. So yeah, I really don't see it for Sherelle or Ashley. And T Talk says, I am so rude. Hello, network specialist, Moz and chat. And she is speaking. So yes, ladies, that's gonna be it for my review. You got in here at the tail end, T Talk. Um, so yeah, Stoney spilled the beans, that Chad is outside. And T Talk said, it is probably glad you seeing them this way. Some are conflicted with Sherelle because they watched Selling Tampa. Okay, see, I didn't watch that. And I was telling them the last time I reviewed the show, that I might go back and watch it. It just depends because I know I'm going to get busy with shows that I'm going to speak about, and I might not have the time. But if I have some free time, I might try to go back and watch it. She says that is okay. I was able to view and click like. Absolutely. I really appreciate that. So, did you like Selling Tampa, or what was it called? Yes, Selling Tampa. Tea Talk, did you like that show? So guys, that is my time here. So I am going to get back to work. She says, I did watch and I like Selling Tampa. Okay, so I might check out that show, but I'm still reviewing Married to Medicine, and then The Real Housewives of Atlanta is going to be coming on soon. So it just depends on, if I have the extra time to watch that show in my free time. I'm definitely not going to recap it. I just want to get a better understanding of these girls. So guys, if you have not done so already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, make sure you drop down in the chat so that we can keep this conversation going. And Mama Bees, don't forget to leave a message in the chat. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye for now.